Tweet te habla more. Call it Mataji.
Welcome everyone to today's 21-day class. We continue to look at the Mooladhara Chakra, the base of our entire subtle system. So my name is Mark and I'm in northern New Jersey. And today on the program, we'll be having another person leading a meditation, and we'll also have a live performance by a Sahaja Yoga musician. So if you have got your foot soaking bowl ready, then you're all set. You've now got a minute or two. I'll do a few announcements to get your foot soaking bowl ready. If you are new to the class, welcome. You can join right in and enjoy the experience of the meditation. If there's anything that puzzles you or you'd like a bit more explanation, all of our classes are recorded and they're on our website. We also offer breakout rooms later in the program if you want to put in the chat that I'd like to talk with somebody about something that was raised in this class, or I'm brand new, can someone give me some sense of what this is all about? So our goal in this class and all our classes going forward is to have more moments of silence, when we get into that state that we call meditation, which means no thinking. It also means no talking. So that's our goal in tonight's program and going forward, that you'll enjoy that sustained state of complete nirvichara or thoughtless awareness. So we are looking at the 4 petals of the Mooladhara Chakra. And I'd like to introduce the other presenter today, my good friend Sarvesh.
Everyone.
Where are you right now, Sarvesh?
I'm in Northern Virginia.
All right. So looking forward to a meditation conducted by a dear friend, sending him a big brotherly hug, and feels very good to be working with you today.
Sure, same here.
Also, later in the program, we'll have a live musical performance by another good friend called Shaktidhar, who has actually just arrived in the New York area from India. And he performed live in New York City tonight, and he'll be performing live for us as part of this program as well. So on Tuesday, we looked at the 3rd petal of the Mooladhara Chakra, and we can show the diagram. So this is a very simplified diagram. We also have a handout which shows a little more detail. So starting at the petal on the bottom, pointing towards the Mother Earth, is the first aspect of the Mooladhara Chakra. Then we move up to the left side, and then we move to the right, and then we finally move upwards to the 4th petal. So on Tuesday, we looked at that aspect of our Mooladhara Chakra, which awakens truth. And today we're going to look at the aspect that awakens righteousness. And the Sanskrit word for that kind of behavior is dharma. So it's a term from India, similar to the word chakra or yoga. And in Sahaja Yoga, we understand dharma to be the way that you behave in every situation that is the best way to behave. So with your grandmother, you behave a certain way. With your teacher at school, you behave a certain way. With your children, you behave a certain way. And in each instance, there are sort of boundaries, there are guidelines, and you know that this is appropriate and this is inappropriate. And the essence of it is that you always behave with dignity and respect, and hopefully from the heart, so people feel your true intentions come from the heart. And so that altogether is called dharma. Today we'll explore this aspect of dharma and how it relates to the Mooladhara Chakra, the 1st chakra at the base of the spine. So let us begin tonight's program by soothing down the attention and having our collective meditation along with our foot soak. So we can rest our hands on our lap. And put attention at the base of the spine in the triangular bone known as the sacrum bone, where we find our own mothering energy, the Kundalini. And now we'll use our two hands. The left hand is steady and the right hand is going around the left hand. And we're going to now raise our Kundalini together, starting at the Kundalini location herself and then coming up the center of our body. So let's raise our Kundalini together. When we get above our head, we spin our wrists and tie a knot. Again, let's locate our Kundalini, place our left hand at that place. Begin rotating our right hand around the left hand. Bring the left hand up the center of the body. The more focused our attention, the more undistracted it is, the better. Now we tie 1 or 2 knots. And we raise the Kundalini a third time. And this time we'll tie 3 knots above the top of our head. Then with our left hand resting on our lap, fingers gently outstretched towards the photograph of Shri Mataji, we take our right hand, put it near our left hip, and make a big half circle over the top of our head, down to the right hip, and back. You do that 7 times. And now, with our foot soak nearby, mine's right in front of me, we can put our feet in the foot soaking water. And whatever you're feeling when you first pour your bowl, that helps you decide what temperature of the water. So, I'm feeling a bit stressed out, thinking and planning too much today, feel kind of warm in my right hand. It's going to be a pretty cold foot soak today. Or been feeling a little bit emotional, kind of thinking about the past, bit heaviness or warmth in the left hand, maybe it'll be a little bit warmer. So now we can close our eyes. And some of us will be more into our right side today, where we're rushing around, trying to meet deadlines, trying to get all the things done on our long list of things to do. And some of us might have been more towards the left side today, kind of lying around, unmotivated, feeling kind of without any power, without any ability to move forward in our lives. So together, we can work on both of these channels, the left and the right channel. You can begin by clearing the left channel, where the weight of the past and our emotions sometimes slows us down, gets in the way. So our left hand doesn't move, it's resting on the lap, but the right hand is now resting on the floor, or if you're sitting in a chair, the fingertips are pointed towards the floor. And we're inviting the Mother Earth in her infinite graciousness to please absorb anything that's in the way of our enjoyment of the meditation that might be coming from our past or our emotions. Our Kundalini is trying to guide our attention to a place above all the thoughts, worries, concerns, images, memories. So we allow our Kundalini to take our attention to that place of complete silence. All of us together with our pure attention are connected, and all of us together are clearing out left side stuff. The stuff that makes us just look inward and doubt ourselves, question ourselves, criticize ourselves. We let all that go into the Mother Earth. And now we can rest our right hand on our lap, and those who are with us in this collective meditation who need some help clearing out the right channel, been a little bit too aggressive, a little bit too irritable, looking at other people, judging them, worrying about the future. Now it's time to cool all of us down. So we do that by bending our left arm and point the fingertips of our left hand towards the sky. This is where we often feel the overload. So much input, so much stimulation, so many distractions. Now we just let go of all of them, let them go out into the ether element. If you feel heat or pressure, Kundalini is working, she's clearing it out. So we just say, yes, let all of this go out of my system so I can be in peace. And rest our hands on our lap. And we recognize in Sahaja Yoga that we need our left side to feel the joy, to feel the sorrow when it's sad, and to feel the glorious happiness when things are going really well. And we need the right side to get things done. So we want to find that balance in all our chakras, and especially in the Mooladhara Chakra. Let's put attention on the chakra that's below the Kundalini in the pelvic plexus. Now we relax the attention. We just allow Kundalini to take our attention into thoughtless awareness. A few of us are still thinking. We can say together, not this, not this, and be together in that space above Sahasrara, above the top of our head. Now we can rinse our feet off. Put aside our foot soak. And what we seek is balance. Especially at the Mooladhara Chakra, we want to be free and completely unhindered by any hesitation when it comes to grabbing our kids and hugging them, punching our dear friends in the shoulder. And we also want to know that we're also behaving within the boundaries when it's time to escort our grandmother somewhere, and we watch out, we protect her, and we are very careful to look out for people and not go too far. So we're going to play a short excerpt. It's actually 4 short excerpts of a talk Shri Mataji gave about this important principle in Sahaja Yoga, of finding the balance, and where we find that in our meditation.
Dharma means balance. The one who has balance is the man who is dharmic, who is in the center. If you are in the center, say you take, say, a balance. It's called as balance it, but in Hindi it's called as tarazu. Now you hold it in the hand. It's called as balance. Can you imagine? Hold it in the center. The center of gravity of that balance is in the center. Now, if you go more on this side, this will go down, or you go on this side, it will go down. But if you are at the gravity point, you cannot move this side or that side. Can you imagine the gravity is coming from Mother Earth? And Mother Earth has made Sri Ganesha. So this gravity point within us is to be maintained. And this gravity comes very natural to human beings. But all of you should really learn to be very loving, gentle, kind, and concerned. Small, small things can make people happy, very happy, you see. When I try all these tricks myself, and you should also try these tricks, it's very simple. That one day gave a sari to a lady. So she said, Mother, how do you know I love this color? Because I've seen you mostly wearing this color, so I know you love this color. But did you see me? Yes, of course, I saw you. So these small things, you see, she was so heartened. She felt that Mother notices me because I've seen you. I mean, I see all of you. But I know about all of you because I'm concerned, I'm bothered about you. For everyone I know where you stand, what's wrong with you, what should be done, what you like, what you don't like. There's no harm in doing that. It's much better to have a better rapport when you understand what's the problem is. I immediately know what's the problem is. I know person who is dominating, I know person who is mistrusting, everything I know. And gradually I try to tell them in a very gentle way that this should be corrected. But you need not tell them. For you, there's a very simple method of giving bandhans and improving people. You don't have to worry about doing something very drastic about it or to tell them on the face. Only thing, if you give bandhan to them, you can do it. Now about this, how to develop this balance is the big problem. And I was thinking that I will talk about this later on to people in details, how to develop the balance in our character, in our nature. Of course, meditation does help you to be in the center. But still, sometimes we just slip off. And there is a way by which you can really make your character in such a way that you remain in balance all the time. On the contrary, when there will be a crisis, you will just jump onto your gravity point. That should happen. If that happens, no problem. It happens with me. If I see any crisis anywhere, Sahaja Yoga, in my family life or anywhere, immediately I know that I am deep down onto my gravity. And from there I can see everything so clearly, and then I solve the problem. That is what one has to understand, that you have to jump on your gravity. And then it's not a relative position. To be on the gravity is not a relative position. That it is not that you have to compare yourself with others. No, you don't have to. You don't have to think that I'll be losing this or I'll be gaining this, nothing of the kind. You are there on your own position. You are there. You are in charge of yourself. So you don't worry. There's no jealousy, there's no fear, there's no kind of a temptation. You just choose there. So you stand on your own gravity point, and nobody can disturb you. You should have no fear, nothing. Nothing to bother inside. As it is, you are all saints. What is there to bother? The whole Ganas, all the angels, all this all-pervading power is looking after it. Yesterday we saw a kind of a light which became miraculous light following us on both the sides of the car, especially on my side. was there such a lot of light following? Just giving indication that it's all right, this is Ganesha's place, and here things are going to work out. So you are placed so well, you have so many powers within yourself, and which you can express very well. Fearlessly, you can have it within yourself. Anybody who tries to trouble you will be looked after by this all-pervading power. You don't have to do anything about it. And you're concerned about everyone. Think about everyone. In case you find that somebody is not all right, you don't lose your balance, but get that person in the balance. If you start losing your balance, then how can you get back that person? And in that way, you will lose all your hatred, all your anger, all your lust, or what you can call all your competition, all that. Because you stand in your own dignity.
So we are expecting to have our live musician, and welcome, brother.
Thank you.
Gently close our eyes and take our attention within. Just let's silently meditate for a few moments and enjoy this music that we had. Now slowly take your attention to the base of your spinal cord, just above your seat area, about an inch above, is your Mooladhara Chakra. So keeping our attention on our Mooladhara Chakra, the first chakra, which has 4 petals, as you all saw the diagram of how the 4 petals are, we will keep our attention on the first petal, which is pointing towards the Mother Earth. Let's keep our attention on the first petal, the borders of the first petal, which are pointing towards the Mother Earth, and request within ourselves, Mother, please establish harmony, innocence, and balance within me. Still keeping our attention on the borders of the first petal, we will say within ourselves few times. When we request you to say something, please say that statement like 2 to 3 times at least within yourself, and then just enjoy the silence after that and see the difference it makes to your state. So still keeping our attention on the borders of the first petal, we will say within ourselves, Mother, let me feel the eternal joy, which in Sanskrit is known as Param Anand. So you can say either, Mother, let me feel the eternal joy within me, or Mother, let me feel the Param Anand. Gently take your attention now to the petal which is pointing towards the left side of your body. Mother, please help me and guide me to master all my senses. Enable me to be victorious over distractions and the negativities. Just move your attention along the borders of the second petal of the first chakra, and please say this statement within yourself like 2 to 3 times. Mother, help me master all my senses and help me and guide me to be victorious over all my distractions and negativities. The joy that you feel when this particular chakra, this particular petal cleanses out is known as Sahaj Anand, which means spontaneous joy. So we will say here within ourselves again few times, Mother, let me feel the spontaneous joy or Sahaj Anand. Now take your attention to the petal which is on the right side of your body. Still, our attention is on the first chakra which has 4 petals, the petal which is on the right side. Keeping your attention along the borders of the petal which is on the right side, please say within yourself, Mother, please establish humility, wisdom, and knowledge, divine knowledge within me. Mother, please establish humility, wisdom, and divine knowledge within me. joy that you feel when all the qualities get awakened on this petal is known as Yog Anand, which means the union of the joy of the union of the two energies. So we will say here within ourselves, Mother, let me feel the Yog Anand. Still keeping your attention on the borders of the petal which is on the right side. Gently take your attention now to the petal which is pointing towards your head. So keeping our attention on the petal, fourth petal, we will say within ourselves, Mother, please establish Dharma, collective consciousness, and fearlessness with a feeling of security within me. Mother, please awaken and establish Dharma, fearlessness with security feeling, and collective consciousness within me. The joy that you feel when all these qualities get established is known as Veer Anand, the joy of the bravery, the joy of being fearlessness. So, still keeping your attention on the fourth petal, please say within yourself few times, Mother, let me feel Veer Anand. Gently take your attention to your stomach area, the third chakra, the Nabhi chakra. Mother, please awaken all the dharmas within my Nabhi so that peace, joy, satisfaction, and pure attention is established within me. You can, if your attention doesn't stabilize on your stomach, then you can keep your right hand on your stomach. Gently take your attention now to your heart. Keeping your attention on your heart, please say within yourself, Mother, please establish fearlessness with the security feeling within me so that I become a beacon of love, compassion, and spirituality for this society. Gently now take your attention to your neck area. Keeping your attention at your neck area, please say within yourself, Mother, please make me collective consciousness. Please fill me with collective consciousness so that I become the divine flute of love, Madhurya, for this society, so that I can spread diplomacy in this society. Mother, please awaken collective consciousness within me so that I become the perfect divine flute of love, Madhurya, and diplomacy for this society. Gently take your attention now to the top of your head, the fontanelle bone area, the Sahasrara Chakra. Keeping our attention completely at our Sahasrara, we will say within ourselves like 3 to 4 times, and then we will just silently observe what happens at our Sahasrara. Mother, please awaken all the dharmas and all the joys within me so that I can recognize the divinity within me as well as the divinity among fellow human beings. Once all the qualities of your Sahasrara Chakra are established, you get into the state or the joy called Niranand. So we will say here 2 to 3 times, Mother, please establish the joy called Niranand within us. Let's gently open up, bring both our hands, palm facing upwards, near our heart level. And gently open our eyes to look at our own hands. Observe whether you can look at your own hands without any thoughts. Move your attention from the right thumb going through the fingers to the left thumb and in the center of the palm. And observe that you are thoughtless at this time. Do you, Mark?
I introduced Shaktidhar and I introduced Sarvesh, and now I just want to extend my thanks to Shaktidhar for putting into melody that state of yoga and inner calm. And Sarvesh and I are going to have a short discussion in a few minutes, but first I'll just make a few announcements about the course. So we began this course in January of this year, and we did 21 days. And then we keep doing 21 days. So this is the fourth round of 21 days. We conduct the classes 3 times a week. And the current session will run until August 22nd. So please join us every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday at 8:45 Eastern Time. And just see how much you grow in just 21 days. If you want even more, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at the same time and the same Zoom link, we offer a collective meditation, which includes a foot soak. So our next class will be Sunday, and we're going to use sacred sounds, not always a full mantra with full sentences, but sometimes just the sacred sounds clear us out and take us to a higher state of meditation, such as saying Om. So please join us for the Sunday class. And we have a lot of resources for people. So if you would like a buddy, somebody to meditate with, ask questions, just share what's going on. We have mentors, otherwise known as friends or brothers and sisters, uncles and aunties, who can be meditating with you and joining you as you grow. We also have a WhatsApp group, and we also have a website with all the handouts that we've given out and all the previous sessions recorded. So this QR code will take you to that web page where you can find the link for WhatsApp, for the handouts, and for requesting a mentor. And we also put the links in the chat. The handout for this series of 4 on the Mooladhara Chakra is in the resources check-in on the resources section of the website, where we put notes down about what we talked about, as well as a mantra that you can recite to help clear the Mooladhara Chakra. So now, if you want, you can request a breakout room, and you can also ask questions in the chat. And you have questions or just want to meditate in a smaller group, that's one of the abilities of Zoom. And if you want to stay in this main room, Sarvesh and I are going to examine some of the aspects of the Mooladhara Chakra that we've put our attention on in today's class. So my first question is going to be based on the word Dharma, which we've introduced today especially. And this is where we know that we have certain roles to play in life, and there's certain things that make those roles work better, certain things that we can do and things that we can't do, depending on what role we're playing: son, husband, father, neighbor, brother. And so what seem like restrictions are just ways to live a much more satisfying life, that we don't overstep what we call the boundaries of good conduct. And so the adjective for that kind of behavior, which is always dignified, always appropriate, is dharmic. So here's the first question, which I'll pose to my good friend. In practicing Sahaja Yoga, have you become more dharmic?
Yes, Mark, this is a very interesting question, but as you practice Sahaja Yoga, your qualities of the chakras get established. And once your qualities get established, you automatically start discriminating between what is right, what is wrong, what is dharmic, what is not dharmic. And it becomes kind of easy in that sense for us to discriminate what is not right and what behavior is not right. So in that sense, as you deepen in Sahaja Yoga, your chakras get better and better. All those qualities which help you to become a dharmic person or righteous person get awakened. And that makes your life much, much easier.
I would say that a tremendous help to people like me who think too much, which leads into lots of blind alleys and stupidity, is the ability to feel the effects of our actions and our thoughts on our hands. So you're having us look at our hands without reacting to them. Those hands also inform us when we are overstepping the boundaries. So, oh, why do I feel that blockage in the throat center? Oh, I guess maybe I was a little bit too aggressive, a little bit too sarcastic, or maybe just plain too vulgar. And so there's this sort of feedback mechanism built into now our attention.
Very true. Very true.
Okay. Next thing we can look at is, since starting to practice Sahaja Yoga, have you noticed a difference in how you deal with fear?
Yeah, it's an interesting thing which society faces, and we all face this when we are in tense situations. Like you are going for a very important exam, you are going for an important interview, things like that. You tend to, that fear basically affects our function. But as you meditate, as you work on your heart chakra here, as your heart chakra becomes stronger and stronger, that your ability to detach yourself and witness that situation, as well as overcome that fear, becomes much easier. This is just personal life that I'm talking about. Whenever such situations have happened in my life, just working on this chakra and strengthening it has helped me, as well as work. Let's say you are in an interview and you start with your attention, if you start giving a bandhan, not with the hand, but with just the attention on your interviewer, then you will notice that the behavior of your interviewer kind of changes in a very positive manner towards you.
The one thing that I've become aware of is those sort of divine aspects of existence that Shri Mataji mentioned in her talk, where she talks about what's called Parama Chaitanya and Ganas, and accepting that there is this divine attention that is always present. I might not be paying attention, but that divine attention is paying attention. And that in so many situations, the bad thing that could have happened simply didn't happen. And one of the powerful aspects of the Mooladhara Chakra, one of its essential qualities, is it almost gives off a force field of protection. That as we identify more with our pure selves, our highest selves, we're more conscious of our Dharma, that we don't go sliding off into the ditches, which life is filled with them, and some of them are greased very nicely for us too. Okay, next thing to talk about. How has the awareness of collective consciousness changed your life?
Again, this is a very deep question. And as you meditate, you become aware of yourself, as well as you become aware of the people that are around you. So let's say you are leading a meditation, or you're walking into a room. If your subtle system is in a much better shape, much better state, then you become aware of what is going on in that room. So when you walk into a meeting room where other people who are there, you can feel what is going on in their hearts, or what is their state within them, and how should you be interacting with those people. Like, if you can feel somebody's heart being weak, or somebody's throat being weak, then you can talk in that sense that that person perceives your ideas in a much better manner.
Yeah, how I've noticed the change is that when my attention is at that level of collective consciousness, meaning I can feel you inside me, you can feel me inside you, then it's really hard to stand back and be the judgment, the jury, the executioner. That I can feel the state of that other human being, as you said. And then what seems to automatically be awakened in me is compassion. It's like this person has a blockage in their Vishuddhi chakra. They have a blockage in their ability to express what they really want to say to people. They don't want to be yelling at people. They really don't want to. And I can tell that because there's this blockage which I feel physically in my own body. But because my attention is now collectively conscious, I can feel the state of their chakras. And so then I realized that I don't need to react to what is going on the outside, because I can feel and apply this power of compassion to what's really happening on the inside. So it's helped me.
True. That's useful.
So sometimes we don't understand each other. Very easily done, especially in this country of so much yelling and shouting and everybody so upset all the time. Everyone's so impatient. Get out of my way, get out of my way. I'm trying to get to work. But when we connect at this much subtler level, then so much of the stress is just gone. And it's like, look at that. We're all stuck in this together. and you
True.
just feel that connection to other people.
Yes, yes. You feel that connection to the humanity around you.
All right. In what ways have you felt Dharma as a quality of the Mooladhara Chakra? Or in what way have you understood fearlessness as a quality of the Mooladhara Chakra or collective consciousness?
It's a very interesting question in that sense that the deity of the Mooladhara Chakra is Sri Ganesha, as we had talked about. And since every chakra, the gatekeeper is Sri Ganesha. So in that sense, he exists on every chakra. So the correlation between the qualities that are there on Mooladhara Chakra with the basic qualities which are there on your Nabi or heart or Vishuddhi kind of makes very perfect sense. And that is my feeling here.
The quality of fearlessness, when I combine that with the awareness of the essential principle of the Mooladhara Chakra, which is childlike innocence. So then I think about children who inherently, naturally are not going to be afraid of new things, new situations. They're just so eager to learn new things, to experience new things, much to our horror as parents. It's like, what are you doing up there?
They are fearless in that regard of without knowing what they are getting into.
So if we can appreciate that childlike quality within us, that when we really express our innocence, then we can just walk into situations, try new things, pick up a paintbrush, try a new experience, go to some new place, try a different route to where we usually go, and be really in that mode of open to what will I learn? What new things can I enjoy? What new pathways in my brain are going to get turned on? And it's combining that sort of freshness, that lack of sort of staleness, which comes with being childlike, with apparently being really brave, like climbing the tree, and then
playing with a candle fire.
And the other aspect of fearlessness is knowing that there is this gatekeeper, this guardian, this Sri Ganesha quality at Mooladhara Chakra, means that I can trust that whatever is happening, it's going to work out. So might miss the plane, but it will all work out.
That faith increases.
Anything else that you think could help people connect this idea of collective consciousness to the Mooladhara Chakra?
Becoming one of the biggest problems that we all see in the society today is that we are not able to understand the humans who are around us. We tend to perceive them kind of in a negative connotations rather than positive connotations, or our thinking has kind of become more negative in that sense, I would say. But becoming aware on the positive side, or seeing the positivity within every human beings helps. And once you become collective consciousness, once your quality of collective consciousness kind of is awakened within you, you start seeing the positivity in every human being that you meet, and start ignoring the negative that are there within every human being. nobody in this world is a perfect human being. But yes, everyone has some positive qualities that we can start appreciating and start encouraging. And once you start encouraging the positive qualities in other human beings, they start working on their other positive qualities that they can establish. So, in that sense, being collective consciousness helps you in helping other human beings as well as helping yourself.
I see it in a way that a child is really quite uninterested in how someone looks. They feel the essence of that person. Doesn't matter their age, the color of their hair, the color of their skin, whether they speak with an accent or not. The children are so attuned to the essential qualities, very subtle qualities of people. And certain people are just going to come up against them and just lean against them, know that this person is with me and going to support me. And we're thinking, wow, I might not even want to talk to that person based on my perception of what's outside. And so as we meditate more and more, we become more sensitive ourselves to the state of that inner being, as you're saying. And that within us, there's spirit, there's kundalini, there's all this potential. And the person has nothing, and yet they're so generous. They're kind of rough, and yet they're so creative. And the children are laughing and enjoying being with this person. And we can become like that also because now we start to feel the connection, the collective consciousness. Yeah.
Yes, it helps.
So it's been a tremendous blessing. I don't know other words to say to spend this evening with you, Sarvesh.
Yes, it was a great evening with all of you here. We all enjoyed. Hopefully you all continue this journey of meditation and enjoy your blissful and spiritual state.
Yeah, we could not be enjoying the meditation, just the two of us, or just the two of us with the musician, our dear friend, if it wasn't for the whole pile of people that have joined us in this state of meditation with us. And we have sustained each other.
Yes, Shaktidhar really played amazing music and he put us all into that great state, which was so enjoyable today.
So this gesture of Sahaja Yogis to each other, which is within you, is absolute divinity. And I know it so strongly with my dear brother of Virginia. So I just want to say to everybody who has tuned in today for this class, thank you so much for joining us and giving us such joy meditating with you. And we'll see you Sunday. If you want to still remain and meditate together while we play some music or continue to meet with people in breakout rooms, we'll be here for a while longer. Otherwise, have a great evening.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you.